What's up, guys? Okay, so we're going to be in Chicago today, and there's some black gun owners that are having issues when they have done everything government has asked you to do as far as carrying a firearm. They are still being arrested now. Also, they've gone through training. I think the training there is like $140, $180, and then to get your permit is another $150. Your permission from government. But let's think about the Second Amendment and what. Okay, everybody knows the Second Amendment by heart, right? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Where in there anywhere does it say anything about getting a permission slip from government? It doesn't. And then people say, well, militia, that means the military. No, the District of Columbia versus Heller put that to bed a long time ago. It is not the military. Not just for military service, no. And then McDonald versus City of Chicago applied this rights to state and local governments too. Really? Did they need to do that? Because state and local governments do whatever they want to anyway. And then, of course, they're going to say, well, it doesn't extend to all firearms for all people. You got restrictions for felons and mentally ill, dangerous weapons. Some dangerous weapons are permissible. Where in the Second Amendment does it say anything about dangerous weapons? And then you got to think about the historical content, rooted in historical concerns about standing armies and the necessity of citizen militia influenced by English law. Debate continues over the balance between individual gun rights and public safety, with varying views on the amendment's historical intent versus modern application. Modern application means whatever government says you can do. It's total BS. Total BS. And government keeps up, and those standing armies that they're talking about are going to come back into play. I'm just throwing that out there. I think people are fed up with government, but I don't think they're fed up enough. I'm not sure at what point it's going to take for people to say, I've had enough of all of it. So we're going to look at Chicago. This is only about a 5-minute video, and we'll be out of here hopefully in under 10.
I am a concealed carry instructor.
At the Eco Gun Range in suburban Oak Forest, almost every seat is filled.
The best way for you to learn is to ask your questions.
The class cost $140. It's another $153 to the state to buy the coveted conceal and carry license. The
Almost $300 to exercise your Second Amendment right.
CCL, giving the legal right to carry a gun.
And if stopped by law enforcement for any reason, if they ask if you have any weapons in the vehicle, answer honestly.
Now, in North Carolina, if you are on a traffic stop, if you're stopped, and the minute the cop gets to your window, you, by law, have to inform them that you have, if you're concealed carry, that you have, whether you're concealed carry or open carry, you have to inform them that you have a firearm. Typically, when you do, I have had zero problems with it. It usually kind of gives them a little more relaxation, knowing that, hey, I walked up to the window, they let me know. Everything's probably copacetic with them.
Louis McWilliams took a class like this, passed it, got his CCL, and bought this 9mm pistol.
Hey, yes, sir. How you doing, boss? Good.
So last April, when Louis was pulled over for a traffic violation, he did exactly what he learned in class.
You're legit. You bought the gun legally. Answer honestly.
Okay, where's your firearm? On my side. Okay, you got your concealed carry license?
I played by the book. I did things the right way.
And it didn't matter. Even though Louis handed officers his valid CCL, when they couldn't find it in the state's computer, they did this.
Look like a female can't get some handcuffs on.
He was charged with 2 felonies. After months in and out of court, prosecutors who initially signed off on the false charges eventually determined Louis's CCL was valid, so they dropped him.
You know what they could have done on that stop? They could have caught, in North Carolina, I'm guessing it's the same everywhere. In North Carolina, the sheriff signs off on your concealed carry. They could have called the sheriff's office and got all that information. Because the sheriff's office gets the information back and then says, yes, here, you can now get your concealed carry. The sheriff's office has all that information. All they had to do was make a phone call. They weren't trying to do no extra work, though.
This was little consolation to Lewis.
No matter how much you follow a system of which they create, they can still deem you wrong.
Lewis is among the black gun owners CBS News Chicago investigators discovered who had valid CCLs.
I am concealed and carry.
But were still charged.
Just want your head.
Only to have their cases dismissed.
Who brought their gun with them today?
How often have innocent gun owners faced charges that were ultimately dropped? It's a question we can't answer because neither the Cook County State's Attorney's Office nor Chicago Police track the cases. Lewis is now taking legal action.
I feel like my rights was violated.
We have earned the right, more than anybody in this country, to carry a firearm. We fought for this country when we weren't even citizens.
Phil Smith is the president of the National African American Gun Association and says others should follow Lewis's lead.
File a lawsuit and follow through on the lawsuit. If a police chief has 4 or 5 lawsuits, $4 or $5 million, they're going to get a call from somebody to say, hey, start treating those people differently.
We're going to have to make some changes.
Our investigation also caught the attention of Illinois Representative Jehan Gordon Booth.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
She represents downstate Peoria and has championed a groundbreaking bill.
The work represented in the measure gives me great pride.
It offers certain offenders with nonviolent criminal records a chance to have their cases automatically sealed, removing them from public view. But in the cases of the drivers we featured, they never should have had criminal records. They were dealt a major injustice.
Oh my God, y'all are so bogus.
Like Lewis,
There we go. Another useless female.
Lucy Washington faced a felony she didn't deserve. In this mugshot, stayed on her record long after the charges were dismissed, nearly wrecking her real estate career.
My mugshot showed up on Google right next to my property address. You know, that was an embarrassing moment. And around that time, I did end up losing out on the deal.
All of this because of illegal everything. If I was innocent from the beginning, why would I have to go and clean and expunge a record?
We're now talking about individuals that they didn't make a mistake. A mistake was thrusted upon them. That, to me, is a completely different set of facts and circumstances that has to be addressed.
Her suggestion, a bill that would provide wrongly charged gun owners with automatic expungement the moment the case is dismissed.
It should be
What about attorney's fees? What about time lost from work? What about harassment? What about all that?
removed. Hard stop. It should be removed. And they should not have to pay a lawyer to do it.
Gordon Booth
Or courthouse.
says it'll take time to develop such a bill, but she believes these cases deserve attention because there could be many more like them.
So disrupting my life didn't mean anything to them officers, and until something comes where it rattles their cage, I think that's the only time they're going to pay attention and say it meant something.
Dorothy Tucker, CBS News, Chicago investigators.
Chicago investigators see what the... It's not a flawed system, it's a corrupt system. It absolutely is. All crimes that are not proven in court should be automatically expunged. Expungement, what about attorney's fees and lost work? Exactly, that's what I was saying. It's always arrest first, fix it later, at our expense, just to ruin people's lives, yes. Hoping every wrongful arrest under these circumstances is met with a lawsuit. Every single one, yes. This crap would stop happening tomorrow if cops were personally liable for making a bad arrest. Yes. How about holding these cops making these arrests accountable instead of taxpayers? Yes. The entire system of arrest, record, and public display of mugshots of people who were charged but not found guilty should be stopped. It violates the presumption of innocence and punishes persons even before they see a judge. Yep. They should file a lawsuit. They all should. This needs to be taken on a federal level against state and local government. Federal level, it's not going to matter. It's corrupt from the top down. I'm a U.S. soldier, and this happened to me 5 years ago. I have been denied all access to the court system. Is it racism? No one in Illinois trusts Chicago PD. Hopefully he doesn't settle for chump change, make the lawsuits hurt. Yes. Police incompetence costs black people's lives, careers, and money. Costs everybody. Nobody hates our rights more than law enforcement. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.